إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ثم أما بعد. Prayer and driver's license. Salah, Usted, swagger. Pay attention to this hadith, which is يقول النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كن في الدنيا غريب أو عابر سبيل. كن في الدنيا غريب أو عابر سبيل. Be in this life, in this world, as a stranger or a traveler. Stranger or traveler. Any third choice? No. You're either a stranger or a traveler. A traveler is a step higher than stranger. What does that mean, to be a stranger or to be a traveler in relation to this life and the hereafter? The hereafter is the goal. This life is not a life. It's not a perfect life because you're gonna die. And if you die, that means this life is not perfect. Anything that ends is not worth it. So you're in this life traveling. To where? To the other life. You need a license. Just like you travel in this life from city to city, from place to place, you need a license with a car. Traveling to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you need a license in this life, which is we call Salah. Salah in this life, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you. He wants you to pray 5 times a day, and He gave you this life to enjoy and to use with the prayer. Just like you have a car, in order for you to enjoy it, you need a driver's license to conduct your life in this world. Salah conducts your life in this world and in the hereafter. If you have good standing in Salah, that means you will live a good life here and you will have a good life in the hereafter. And if you have a good standing in your driver's license, you will enjoy your car and you will have no problems. That's the similarities. But let's see. This life is a bridge. You're going from this life to the hereafter, and there is a bridge in between called life. This. You live in this life or on that bridge as a traveler or a stranger. If you're a stranger in Irving, that means you don't know many people and you don't have many things, and your goal is your home. So whatever you do and whatever you have, it is limited. It's not too much. You're not looking for having so many friends and so many stuff and having a nice home and all that because you're a stranger. You're going to go back home. Traveler is even worse. He's just passing. He's not staying for a short time. He's passing through. So what he has is just enough to cross the bridge. The other one has a little bit more because he's staying for a while. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ wants you to live this life this way. Either a stranger, in worst cases, yani you have friends, you have things here in this life, but not too much of it. Or a traveler. Most of us living as this life it. Yes, the life deceives. This world is beautiful. Even Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Ad-dunya hulwatun khadira." This life is luscious and sweet. It deceives you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, فَلَا تَغُرَّنَّكُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا. Do not be deceived with this world, because it deceives you. It shows you something looking really good and attractive, but doesn't show you what's behind it and the reality behind it. Just like someone selling you fake gold. It looks like gold, but because you're ignorant, you think it is gold and you buy it and you're fooled. And people who live in this life, because they're ignorant of the reality of the religion and the hereafter and what this life is, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us about it. He created it, He created us, and He told us what it is. Some people don't care about reading about it or knowing about it, so they'll be fooled by it and deceived. The day of judgment, they would realize that, and it's too late. And that's why we advise, and He subhanahu wa ta'ala send the books and send the messengers to teach us about this life. So if you live this life thinking of it as it's going to end, and it has a purpose, and the main purpose is to establish the prayer. That's the main purpose. And that's what Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he took his son and his wife Hajar, left him in Mecca, in the middle of the desert, with barely little food and little drink, he said, ربنا إني أسكنت من ذريتي بواد غير ذي زرع عند بيتك المحرم ربنا ليقيموا الصلاة. Look at that. Oh Allah, I left in your sacred house, or near your sacred house, from my progeny, from my children, my son and my wife, near your sacred house, so they can establish the prayer. Not so they can own Zamzam water and start selling it to the people over there, or building castles, or making rivers and getting all of this and taking advantage. No, to establish the prayer. And whatever that prayer requires, which is basic living, they get that. And that's why, subhanallah, if you look at that, if this is the meaning of this world, Hajar could have been the richest woman on earth, because Zamzam was for her. And it came for her, and they have to ask her permission to get the water of Zamzam, all the tribes, before they can get it. And look what happened. She did not own it. We did not know that she was in control, and she was making sure that you get this much or that much, and this country will not, or this tribe will not get it, and this one. None of that. Because the goal is not this world. It's not to hold on to this world. The goal is the hereafter. Salah. That's why we stress it so much, and we talk about it so much. And I have a story that I wanted to tell you about it, but maybe, inshallah, tomorrow, I will tell you about, just to show you the importance of the Salah and how we should look at it. You know, when you miss a Salah, it doesn't faze you. You don't feel bad. Look at him, laughing and talking when I'm talking. That tells you how intelligent he is and how respectful he is. And many like that. And what is more sad is when you see someone doing this and you're next to him and you don't do anything about it. Look at the nations. Nations were cursed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala simply because they don't enjoy good and forbid evil, and they were good. They were good. And the righteous people will be destroyed first if they don't enjoy good and forbid evil. You can be an angel in your acts, praying on time and fasting and manners and everything, and quiet when you see evil, or not encouraging when you have an opportunity for good, and you will be cursed, and you will get the same punishment when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punishes the disbelievers. So it is something that, just like what Brother Diwan said, it has to be in your blood. It has to be something so basic to listen when someone is talking, especially when you talk religion. The righteous tabi'een, he will be reclining on the chair, talking or doing whatever, just a regular gathering. Then someone would come and ask him about a hadith. Then he fixes the chair and he sits right and he starts fixing his clothes as if he's going to get married, or he's going for a major appointment or something, trying to look so good, just talking about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not seeing him, not in front of him, not standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like we do in the Salah, talking. and he has that respect and that love to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is something that we need to implant in ourselves. Not only you yourself, but everyone around you. As I mentioned this morning, if your friend doesn't stop you and tell you your shortcomings, that's not a friend. Trash him. Yes, trash him. Not a friend. The person who tells you your shortcomings to fix it is the real good friend. And where did I get that from? From the mouth of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What did he say? Al-mu'min lil-mu'min kal-mir'ah. The believer to the believer is like a mirror. What do you do when you feel like there's something wrong in your face, in your clothes or whatever? You stand in the front of a mirror, you take a mirror, you look at it, you fix it. Your friend is your mirror. How many of your friends ever corrected anything bad you do? That's something that you need to reflect on that. What kind of friendship is this? Nothing, you have nothing wrong, you're perfect. It's either quiet or laughing. A friend will cuss or curse or say something negative or backbite or make fun of other people, and then you smile or you laugh or you think it's cute. Wallahi, I will tell you again, the levels of haram, the levels of the sin, and how the person gradually go higher and higher in ugliness. Yes, you know this is haram. How can you commit it? That's ugly, right? I can make you uglier and uglier than uglier and uglier than uglier than uglier and ultimate ugly. That is the same sin. How do we do that? We'll have another talk, inshallah. We need to understand why we're here, to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you cannot serve Him with anything better than Tawheed. And there is nothing better than proving Tawheed than Salah. If you have Salah, everything is good. Manners will be corrected, haram will be stopped, enjoining good and forbidding evil will go there. But as long as we don't have that love and that keenness about the Salah, things will continue to be this way. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us live in this life like a stranger or a traveler, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive our shortcomings. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. Don't forget your 2 rak'ah. جزاكم الله خيرا.